Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Vito's Corner of Cask Strength. Today we're going to be talking about the Amrut Intermediate Sherry Single Malt Whiskey. So this whiskey is from India. I believe it's still the first, well it was the first, and I'm pretty sure it's still the only large distillery in India. I'm going to have to double check that. But the bottle that I have was given to me by my friend Rob from Whiskey in the Six. Go check him out if you haven't already. I was over at his place one night and he brought it out, tried it. I really liked it. So he's like, take the bottle home and, enjoy it. You're a gentleman, Rob. So, the bottle itself is batch 15, bottled in August of 2015, for those that are interested at all in that. It is bottled at 57.1%, which it doesn't say anywhere on the bottle, but I'm very tempted to just assume that that's cask strength. So what's interesting about the labeling, because this is intermediate sherry, and I was very confused what that was supposed to mean. So what the intermediate sherry means, because it's not technically an industry term, is the distillery aged the whiskey in ex-bourbon and virgin oak casks, transferred them for a year into Spanish Oloroso butts, and then finished it off in ex-bourbon again. So it's not a full doesn't finish its life, maturing life in Oloroso casks like other whiskeys that you may have had and heard of. It spends time in the ex-bourbon and virgin, then goes into sherry, then goes back into the bourbon. It was really interesting. Being at 57.1%, you'd think that there'd be a little bit of a high alcohol burn on the nose, but it's not. It's very light. And the intermediate sherry maturation is cool because there isn't a heavy amount of that usual sherry profile on the nose. There's not a lot of deep fruits. If anything, there's a lot more lighter fruits. Blueberries, took me a little bit of time sitting with this just now to kind of pull that. I smelled it, I was like, there's something else there. Blueberries, a bit of banana, vanilla comes through. Okay, yeah, that vanilla's turned into like a vanilla fudge almost. There's a bit of heaviness to the vanilla. And a bit of like a tobacco leaf. Like a moist tobacco leaf. Yeah. That's really nice. Now the one thing, I guess because of the amount of whiskeys that we had that night, that I didn't get from this before when I was at Rob's place, was Anison black licorice. It's not strong, but it's there. And you think being Italian that I'd be okay with black licorice because Sambuca and a lot of the other spirits that are pretty prevalent in the culture. But my early 20s was a big mess. So Sambuca and black licorice for me kind of died on me in my early 20s. But it's subtle, it's there. I don't mind it. It's underneath, and it's underneath a lot of good stuff. The blueberries that you get on the nose comes back, and almost like it reminds me of a blueberry pancake with like walnuts, like crushed walnuts and maple syrup, and that's got to be coming from the virgin oak. That's really interesting. I didn't get that before, but I'm getting a pancakeness now. That I love pancakes so much. So on second taste, getting more spices, the anise is there. We're not going to talk about the anise anymore. Cardamom, crushed cardamom, a bit of a lemoniness. This is really surprising. This is almost as surprising as when I first tasted the Puni Alba from Italy. Because, you know, I would never have associated Italy or India, or even Japan for that matter, when I first started drinking whiskey. And Japan was my first introduction to, you know, foreign whiskey, world whiskey. And then Italy, now India. And there's a lot of good stuff happening around the world. And this is kind of making me want to kind of go out and try some more. Although I think I might be spoiled with the 57.1%. I just like a higher percent spirit. It gives a lot more play. Now, you don't normally see me put water in what I'm drinking. Not that I don't agree with it, but I feel like there's a reason it was bottled at that percentage, and it's still being my first year discovering whiskey and tasting it. I want to challenge myself by trying to find what's so special about this whiskey being bottled at X percent. Now, there's a lot of times later on where I'll go back to a whiskey that I'm really familiar with and put a little bit drop of water and just kind of explore. But for the most part, as is, I like a little bit more. The finish is medium, and an interesting smoky wood flavor comes through. And it's not smoky like an island or any sort of peated whiskey. It's almost like if you just went to the store and bought like a whole bunch of like smoked wood chips and put your face in the bag. And I'm not too sure why you would do that, but bear with me on this one. Just smash your face into the bag and just that smell would be what the finish is like, amongst other things. But that's really prominent, like a smoky wood. Yeah, I highly recommend this. I'm not too sure the availability of this. I feel like I should have probably researched that a little bit before I made this video. But if you can get your hands on it, I'd say it's worth it. Depending on the price, of course. In Canadian dollars, maple dollars, as some people might say, I'd pay probably up to $80 for this. 90 at the very most. Because for $80, I could get, you know, I could get a Laphroaig quarter cask, which is my favorite whiskey. Well, one of my favorite whiskeys. Wherever it is, if it's a reasonable price compared to, you know, other cask strength options, and you want to give it a shot, I'd say give it a shot. For me, I'm gonna rate this a 3. Should have a bottle at least to try. I like it, and thank you, Rob, once again. The maple syrup's coming out super strong now. Super strong. On the nose, though. I found it on the taste, now it's coming through on the nose. That's awesome. That's really good. So yeah, that is our review of the Amrit Intermediate Sherry Single Malt. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys enjoy it. Hope you guys like the video. Like, comment, subscribe. Brad and Josh are starting to do videos now, which is great because I know you guys are really tired of seeing this mug on the videos. So go check out their new videos. They put up some top 5 videos over the holidays. So did I. So if you want to check that out as well, we'd really appreciate it. Give us your feedback. We really appreciate all of that stuff. So yeah, this is probably the last review from me this year. So Happy New Year, everybody. Thanks for sticking with us. We love you, and we'll see you in the new year. Sláinte.